It's a 1958 Dodge Power Wagon. We got stripped down to the chassis. All the body panels are over there. We're gonna see if we can get this thing to turn over, see if it's seized. I sprayed some Freol down in all the spark plug holes the other day, so hopefully that kind of helped loosen it up a little bit. Let's get a socket on there and a breaker bar and see if we can get it to turn. All right, let's see if this thing will turn. Well, the nut's turning, but we need that whole thing to turn. I guess if we get it tight enough. Ooh, something just turned. Sounds like it's moving. Looks like it's moving. Something sounds like it's, maybe it's in gear. There we go. Oh, that made it worse. There we go. It's moving now. Sounds weird in there. Does it matter which way you turn it? I don't know. Oh, it doesn't sound good going that way. Well, guys, I don't think it's worth trying to get it to run. Good news is it turns over, so hopefully all the pistons and rods and everything on the inside are in decent shape. The block hopefully is in decent shape. Nothing's seized or no water in there that we know of. That's a good sign. As far as trying to start it right now, yeah, we could put some fuel down it and get some spark to it and it'd probably pop off, but I'm not going to do that. It's not, you know, this thing obviously has to be rebuilt. You have to go through the whole thing. And it's possible that the engine itself is worn out. Most likely, it's probably worn out. So we need to strip it all down, have it inspected, see if the block's any good, see if it's worth rebuilding, and go from there. And then there's going to be other obstacles like the water pump, carburetor, the coil, the distributor. Everything's got to be gone through. So it's going to be a little bit of work. All right, we're going to try to get this engine out of here. Old 1958 Dodge Power Wagon V8, probably worn out. Who knows last time it ran, given the way it looks and how long it's been sitting. And in most cases, these things are worn out anyway. Let's see. As far as I can tell, there's only a couple bolts holding this thing on here. So I want to figure out what size they are. It's not a 3/4. Oh, look at that paint under there. That's cool. There we go. 13/16. So we got one here, one on that side that you can't even see. It's pretty bad. I don't even see it. It's so covered up. I'm assuming there's one over here. Yeah. There it is. Ooh. All right, there's all kinds of stuff going on here. This thing's connected, so we're gonna have to get that off. Something to do with the linkage shifter and stuff there. Clutch, I guess. Yeah. So that's just, there's like one bolt holding that thing on. So this bolt, that bolt, that bolt. And I looked around. I figured there would be two big ones in the front. I can't seem to find any in the front. I looked all down through here and I'm not seeing any big bolts holding the front on. It's kind of weird. I would have thought there would have been a couple of big bolts here. It almost seems like right there. See this right here? Seems like that would have been a mounting point right here, but I don't see a mount here. This is where the steering box went. The steering box was mounted here and here. There's definitely a mounting point here, but I don't know what that was for. Wouldn't you think there would be two big engine mounts up here? I don't get it. That doesn't look right. This thing is holding the water pump, but that doesn't seem like a big enough mount for the front. Something's not right here. I don't know. There again, there's this side's got it too. This looks like that would be an engine mount point right there. See that? But there's nothing on the frame that I'm seeing, unless that was for something else. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? I don't see two front engine mounts. Unless that's the way this model came from the factory. I don't know. Let's lube some of these up because they are pretty crusty. So we're gonna need to get that off. That's connected to this shifter thing. Oh man, look at that master cylinder. Holy crap. Thing's ancient. If we leave the gearbox on, it's gonna come out of this shaft here, hopefully that'll come out. And those should come out no problem. Those have been covered in grease. And then I'm gonna release these two here that are holding that water pump mount on. And then there's no front mounts. It's weird. But maybe that's the way this model came. I don't know. The other thing that's going to be an issue is the exhaust, because it runs down under here. Get in there and cut it from underneath or something with a metal blade. So yeah, basically we're going to pull this engine out and just keep stripping the chassis down. But today we're just going to get the engine out and inspect it. 1958 Dodge Power Wagon V8, American V8 engine removal. Let's see if we can get this thing off of here. All right, I think I'm gonna start here and see if we can get these water pump bolts out of here. Like a breaker bar or something on here. Pretty bad. Dang it. Of course now I can't get on this one. This is holding this thing or not. I think I was going the wrong way with it, of course. Now it's stripped. Dang it. Yep. Yeah, it's stripped now. Dang it. Son of a bitch. Wow. Yeah. Man, everything is in the way. Hey, check this out. This thing don't have any front engine mounts.
What's this?
That's like a.
That's like the front mount.
That's a stand for the water pump.
Well, but it's bolted to the motor. So
Yeah.
There's a rubber mount there.
Yeah. I just thought
So
there'd be.
That's your front mount.
I just thought there'd be two heavy duty ones.
Well, most vehicles don't have a front mount.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
They just have the two sides.
Because there's provisions for it.
This doesn't have side mounts. That's what it doesn't have. It doesn't have side mounts.
Yeah, I know.
So
That's
it's
what.
mounted only on the front.
Yeah.
And the transmission mount.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. All right, there's a bolt on this shifter here. That's all connected. So I'm gonna try to get that off and then pull this back and disconnect this bar from that pin. A little cotter bolt holding it on. Let's see if we can get this off. Yeah, that was loose. There we go. It's kind of a weird setup. The pin is on the back side. Try to get that pin out of there. Right there. I'll try to get that out. All right, I got this little hook in there and it just slid it right out. So cotter pin is out. This whole shifter should pop off now. There we go. It was on that first hole. There's two holes. I guess you could adjust it to the second one if you need to. There's a spring under here. It's kind of weird. It's a little strange little contraption there, because that bolt looks like it's just flopping around. All right, it's tight fitting here. I'm trying to get the exhaust loose from the manifold, and I've got a where's that bolt? Where's that wrench? 5/8. It's 5/8 on the top and 11/16 on the bottom, and I've got an extension and one of those swivel adapters because it's at an angle. So hopefully this is gonna work. Let's see. Ooh, that came right off. Hopefully the other one comes off like that. That was awesome. All right, cool. That's that swivel adapter right there, because we were at an angle. The other side we're gonna have to come in with the shorter extension, and I think we need to go straight up on this one, so we don't need the swivel. But we still need to get in there somehow. Oh, it's tight. That extension might be too long. We might need a real short extension. Let's see. We can get the drill in there. There we go. Okay, gotta get the nut out of it from the last one. There we go. guys. Let's see, can we get the 5/8 on top? And this one on the bottom. I literally had to get the drill in there, then put the extension on. Tight fit, but we got it. We got that off. Cool. This side exhaust is off. It's loose. Let's get the other side. Show you what we were doing real quick. We were getting these bolts out right here on both sides. And you can kind of see how tight it is in there. Let's do the other side, and that way the exhaust pipes can stay in place for now as we pull it up. Hopefully this side goes just as smooth. Let's see if we can get the swivel on this one. Yeah, that thing's awesome. Woo! All right, one more. And that one's gonna be tight. I know it's hard to see in here, guys, but this is the other side's back here. We gotta try to get to that somehow. Got it. Woo. All right, we're getting there. I think the only thing left are the two bolts, the two main bolts holding that bell housing. And let's see, what else we got? This handbrake. Let's see if that'll come out of here. Should be able to slide that through here. Yeah. Something's getting hung up. This is the parking brake, and it's getting hung up on something. There we go. All right. So that goes back here, and there's an interesting, I don't know if you guys have ever seen one of these. I've never seen one. This is the parking brake. It's all seized up. We gotta lube it up and clean it and everything. But there's basically a round brake pad that goes around the axle there. That's kind of interesting. All right, this blow-by tube, I think is what he said it was, or over, yeah, blow-by. It got, it looks like it just slides in there. You can see where the mud daubers were living in there. I thought that that had broken, but maybe it just slips into that hole like that. But it definitely got a little chewed up when we were taking the cab off. So, take this out of here. Get that out of the way. Yeah. This attached to the floor of the cab, and those were the shifter to engage the four-wheel drive, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure what this bracket was holding, but it might have had something to do with this. Or some other cable or something. Maybe it was just holding that. Was it? I think it was, yeah, the handbrake. I think it went through there and then it goes up through there. All right. I don't know if you guys, when we were taking the cab off, this thing got broken off. But I'm sure we can find a comparable replacement to go on that shifter. And I don't know what this is. These two hoses here, I don't know if you guys know, comment below. But these two hoses right here go down into the engine, close to the bell housing, and then they went into this little container right here, this little canister. So I don't know, some kind of fluid, maybe that's transmission fluid or something, I don't know. I'll have to look into that. This is all new to me, some of this stuff. All right, let's see if we can get this bolt off here. This is 13/16. Well, I guess we have a spinner underneath. Yeah, we do. All right. It's got a 7/8 on the bottom and 13/16 on the top. Got a breaker bar and an extension. Yeah. There we go. Not too bad. Can't believe these are coming off as easy as they are. I'm gonna get the other side real quick. Got it. This one had a big old washer. This one did too. All right. Oh. Yeah. And the mounts, there's rubber on the bottom and the top. All right, check it out. Big old bolt right there. And the washer went on the bottom. We are almost ready to pull this thing out of here, but there's nobody here to help me. So I could probably move the whole chassis, roll it up a little bit, and then use the this dolly system here. Probably no problem. Move this frame up and get underneath it, and probably latch onto the manifold here, the intake manifold. Wrap around here and over here. In order to do that, I want to get the carb and coil and distributor, possibly get that out of the way so that when we're pulling up, it doesn't try to break the distributor or the carburetor or anything, because it's going to wrench up right towards the center here. So get these things out of the way, try to simplify it, get this thing up out of here, drain the oil, and start taking it apart. All right, looks like all this is 1/2 inch, so let's see if we can get on here. What size is this? No, that is not 1/2 inch. Look at all that junk. I think we're going to need a rebuild. Let's see, what do we got on this side? A couple more. They're all pretty loose. Of course, everything's tight, can't get to it. Let me get these wires out of the way. Oops. Let's get this cap off of here. It's pretty clean in there. Look at that, made in USA. That thing actually looks pretty good. Wow. That's crazy. Look how clean that cap is. Pretty wild. What's up, Catherine? A little dirty on the inside. Got some corrosion in here. I bet they replaced the cap in the rotor at some point back in the day, because it looks pretty good. All right, we'll get the distributor off in a minute, hopefully. Let's get this fuel, or this vacuum advance line off the carb. It's 3/8 here. Of course, that other one's spinning. That's spinning too. All right, so it looks like this back nut is 1/2 inch, and this front one. Let's see if that'll work. There we go. One-handed. Get that off of there. We'll leave that on there for now. Vacuum advance, and then the carb should be loose. Can never, these ratchets are cool, but they're very limited on where they can fit half the time, or 90% of the time. Come on. Ooh, she's tight. There we go. It's gonna fight me all the way. Ooh. Yeah, that one's fighting me every step right there. All right, there we go. Ooh. One more. One more. I think. That one's on there too. Whoa. There it is. Ah, it doesn't look too bad. It's just a little dirty. Just a little dirty. All right, we'll get that one cleaned up. All right, we got the carb off. A little dirt down in there. A little bit. Let's get this. Look at that. Look at that big old mud pile right there. Oh my god. There we go. Right. There's a ground cable right here or something. I think this ground went to the cab. That's where it went. So it grounds the engine and transmission to the cab. All right. See if we can get this one off. This water pump is all seized up. Clamps even made in USA. I bet you could put this clamp in a vapor blaster, sand blaster, and clean it up. Probably still be good. Of course, I probably screwed that other one up taking it off. Where did it go? Oh, no. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Made in the USA. I wonder if that company is still around. Combo Hex. I don't know, you guys look that up. See if those guys are still in business. All right, let's see if we can get that distributor off. I'm thinking it's 1/2 inch. It's a little crusty. Where's the brush? A little grease on there. Hopefully the distributor comes out. There we go. Ooh, we can get the socket on here. I'll use it when I can. That's the other problem. You can only, once they get loose, they don't have enough weight on them. Okay. There's a little bracket for the distributor. Oh, look at that. That thing's gonna come right out of there. Maybe. Wow. Look at that little thing. There it is. Slid right out. Not like, man, when we tried to get the one out of the Swamp Dragon, that sucker was in there. And yeah, I don't know if that thing's turning or not. It's pretty dirty in there. Pretty crusty. It's all right, we're gonna take it all apart. All right, cool. I'll probably cut this hose out of my way. Maybe get this thing off of here. I'm gonna keep all these clamps for now. I don't know if those originally came with the truck or not. I'm thinking originally it probably had the clips that you see like that right there. I don't know if that's what all the clamps were like when it first came out, and then later on they put these on. It's probably what they did, but I bet that one's original. They didn't replace the bottom hose for some reason, and it shows. Look at that. Ooh, that is dry rotted. This is pretty cool. I'm excited to get into this thing. I don't know what it is about taking apart old, crusty, rusty, vintage, antique stuff. I just love it. I love the idea. I guess I'm attracted, or I love the idea of, you know, just taking something and trying to bring it back to its former glory, you know, and revive it, I guess is the whole thing, really. The revival process, the restoration process. Even though I've yet to completely restore a vehicle 100%, I have done a lot of restoration work. Just haven't got 100%. I haven't got one car 100% done yet. So we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're learning. All right, guys. I think what I'm gonna do is get the span sets and shackles, and we'll probably end up going around here and here, here and here, and just lift this thing up. I gotta get this thing moved forward a little bit, and hopefully that'll do it. All right, we got the rear end jacked up, got it off the ground. The front is on some dollies. We're gonna see if we can pull it forward a couple feet to get the engine lined up with the hoist. Let's do it. Got the old F-150 out here. Put up a little bit. Went a little too far. All right, we got it moved up and back a couple times. And we got it pretty much where we need it. Center basically of the winch, the hoist, and the A-frame. We're gonna go ahead and get some span sets on here. We're gonna go through the intake manifold. This looks pretty stout. Everything's bolted on. It should be pretty stout. Shouldn't be a problem. And we'll get this through here. Get one there, one over there. Meet them in the middle and pull it up. Let's see what happens. A little windy today, guys, so sorry about the noise. We'll get a shackle on here. And the only other area it's really connected is to the drive shaft, but it should slide out of there. Let me know if you see it moving. Here we go. We might have to remove that pulley from the front because it's hitting the bracket up here. It looks like it's starting to come out of the drive shaft, so that's good. There's a little bit of movement there. I'm gonna walk around, make sure we're not hitting anything, but this pulley, this fan housing pulley is hitting, so we need to get this off. Get that out of the way and drop it back down. Let's see if we can get that off. And we'll just have to keep a close eye on it as we're going around. Make sure we don't forget anything. All right, this is a 1 1/4. Pretty good size. Let's see. There we go. All right. She came right off. This, on the other hand, might not come right off. Ooh, man, that thing's soft. Look at that. It's got a key in there. That thing's real soft. Get this belt out of the way. Come on, sucker. Trying to pry on it here. There we go. Oh wow, the whole thing's coming off. The fan's in the way. And the fan is jammed up. Let's get the fan off. Alright, let's get this fan off, hopefully. 1/2 inch. Got a, oh, there it goes. Cool. What's this? That's coming off. That's coming off. All right. You guys getting all this? Now, I don't know what this is. Might be some kind of timing. Oh yeah, it is. But man, it's roached out. So it might have to. Yeah, it's all rusted out. It's a timing indicator for the marks on here. I think it's coming. There we go. We got it. Now, let's get this key before we drop it. It ain't moving. All right, let's try it again. Should be clear now. All right, let's see what happens. Up. Maybe. The engine seems to want to lean this way for some reason. I guess it's heavier on that side. Or something's pulling on it. Something. I think we got it. Almost. Just checking to make sure there's nothing getting hung up. I think we're clear. All right, guys, I think we're clear. The drive shaft came out, which is good. And I went ahead and put a couple bolts back in the bell housing, just so in case it decides to come loose, it wouldn't fall off. But I went ahead and decided to just pull it out. I was concerned that we wouldn't get the right angle on the drive shaft, but it looks like we did. So we just got to get up over this hump here, and we can go up another couple feet, so we should be able to get over this. This is just a weird little stand front mount. It's kind of interesting, but we're gonna get this up. All right, I'm gonna pull up a little bit more, see if we can get up over this chassis, and then move the frame chassis out of the way. Beast. All right. Woo. There we go. All right, there it is. Engine extraction. It's out. I don't know if that's the first time it's ever been out since 1958 or if it had been out before, but hard to know. I would imagine they may have rebuilt it at some point, but maybe not. They might have just used it and parked it and that was it. Hard to tell. There's some mounts. These are those mounts here for the transmission, and they're looking pretty rough. I don't know how, if we can find some that'll fit in here. Hopefully somebody still makes them. But we'll hold on to those just in case and to have as a reference size. But yeah, man, look at that. That's pretty cool. There's the fuel pump, camshaft. There's part of that mount right there, that rubber mount piece here. That's weird. I thought I unbolted that. Huh. Yeah, that piece right there is gonna have to be all cleaned up. And a new mount here, hopefully, the rubber piece there. It's kind of a hard rubber, probably just because it's dry rotted. And I think that's part of it there. Yeah, that feels like rubber too, like a real hard rubber. That's pretty wild. Let's try to get the frame out of the way. Or the frame. Let me see if I can get this frame out of the way. And we can lower it down a little bit, drain the oil, and start taking a closer look at it. All right, guys, I got the engine out, and it's a mess. It's a little greasy. Not too bad. We'll get it cleaned up. We're gonna take it all apart, completely apart, break it all down, clean everything, take the block to the engine machine shop and see if they think it's worth saving. And we'll go from there. And in the meantime, we'll get the chassis cleaned up, get everything off of it, get it ready for sandblasting and the drive shafts and all that stuff. So axles and everything. Get everything clean and blasted and painted. Yeah, it's gonna be It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be a long-term project, so I don't know how many of these videos we're going to put out every week. It's probably going to be maybe once a month or something. I don't know. We'll see. But the next video is probably going to be me taking this thing apart. So I think that'll be kind of cool. Engine tear down, and then we can inspect the case and go from there. But yeah, it's gonna need a little love. It's gonna need a little love. And I don't know if they even make that water pump anymore, if we're gonna have to get some type of replacement for it. I'm not sure. If you guys know, comment below. I don't even know. Is that hole supposed to be there? It's kind of weird. Yeah. I guess we could pull it all out of there. These old pumps are probably pretty simple. Pull it out, look at it, and inspect it. And I guess as long as you can get it to turn and push water. I just don't know what that hole. That doesn't seem right. Maybe it's the overflow hole. I don't know. But yeah, this thing's gonna be worn out. I guarantee it. Worn out. So any engine that I've pulled out, almost any engine. The last one I pulled out, that 914, was in pretty good shape. So, but it's gonna need some love. Everything's gonna need some love. This is gonna be a long-term project, guys. This is my brother's 1958 Dodge Power Wagon. So it's kind of up to him how far he wants to go with it and how fast he wants to move it. But I'm gonna get the engine torn down. I'll get the chassis stripped and cleaned and ready for blasting, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, comment below. Let me know what you think. Next video, we'll try to get this thing apart. I've also got some VW Beetle videos coming up. I got to get back on that 65 VW Beetle, and we got some other stuff cooking. So stay tuned. We'll see you guys on the next one. Later. Take care, guys.